Hey, this is Christian Webb, and I just wanted to get into a conversation about, do this video regarding headshots and the selection of headshots. This is more geared towards actors. I will talk a little bit about, from a photographer standpoint, headshot photographer standpoint, some things, but I want to mainly talk to actors, well, I guess, and photographers, because this affects your workflow and how you actually service your clients. This is coming from a place of, I've had experience recently with some of my clients, and I'm sure, other people have. And I know actors go through a lot trying to figure out what shot is going to serve them best after they complete a session. So I just want to talk about that really quick and get into it. I want to talk first about something called opinions versus qualified opinions. And this is kind of the crux of the whole conversation and where this video is going. I have a good friend of mine from college who we used to get into this discussion about opinions versus qualified opinions. So an opinion, yes, everyone has an opinion. Everyone's entitled to an opinion. No opinion is wrong. No opinion is right. That's true. But qualified opinion is something completely different. It's when you're talking to somebody who has a certain level of expertise, experience, and knowledge about a particular subject. Their opinion is sort of based in that knowledge. It's based in that experience of theirs, and their professional opinion is what matters. So a regular opinion can be, hey, somebody thinks this engine part will work better on that car. It's just an opinion, but maybe they don't have the auto mechanic experience and the professional training to actually make that call. So, small example, I don't know if that was a great example, but I think you get my point. When it comes to headshots for actors, I often, that process of selecting the photos after and what they're going to use for their headshots can be, I look at it as still part of my job. So like selecting that headshot with the actor and guiding them through the process is a very major part of my job. It doesn't end when the session's over for me. A lot of actors, hope they don't get mad at me for this, but a lot of actors, there's a lot of anxiety just going through the headshot session and then trying to figure out what shots are going to serve them best. So what I see happening is I'll see a lot of actors will take their headshots to their mother, or their father, or their friend, or their boyfriend, their girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever, or put it on Facebook, and there's 300 people think it's the most incredible photo in the world. Their mother thinks it's the greatest photo in the world. Their grandmother thinks the photos are all incredible. It's not always the case, though, that the actual photo of the person is going to serve them well in their business as an actor trying to get cast. Oftentimes, the layman looking at a headshot, looking at a photo of their friend or looking at a photo of their daughter, they're looking at the beauty behind it. They're looking at, well, it's a great picture of you, right? Versus whether it's going to work as a headshot. Now, actors will often do the same thing. Actors, I've had clients where you shoot great headshots of them, but they're looking and they're analyzing everything about themselves. And they don't see it as a headshot. They see it as a photo of themselves, and they want to look their best, which makes sense, right? The issue with that is looking at yourself as a model or looking at your headshot as being a perfect representation of you in terms of beauty or how attractive you look is not always the criteria for whether or not it's going to work and serve you as a great headshot. I know that it's just human nature that when we take a photo, if someone takes a photo of us, so you take an iPhone photo in a group of people, the first person you look at is yourself. And the first thing you do is zoom in, or you look at yourself, you look at your expression, you look at how the light's hitting you, if you don't like it, the first thing is, let's take it again. This is normal. This is human nature. As a photographer, a headshot photographer, I'm looking at a photo and I'm looking at it objectively. I'm not looking at the clients, how beautiful they are, how handsome the guy is, or what they look like as far as beauty. I'm looking at it, making sure the shot captured them the way I need to capture them, and how that shot's going to be able to get them work. This is the most important thing with a headshot. So, to my point, actors need to take the time and make sure you're finding qualified opinions on your headshots, and make sure that the people giving you the advice on which headshots to use actually know what they're talking about in relation to the industry and how casting works. This is really, really important. It's a very big part of your career, and it's a very big part of your success. So take the time, find qualified opinions. By qualified opinions, I mean working with people who are working with casting, who work with agents, who have been in the business for a while, who have a standing within that community, who have some sense of really, really knowing what works and how actors get booked and why they get booked. You don't want to bring your shots to your family, your friends, and on Facebook and think that 100 or 200 or 300 or 1,000 likes on your photo means it's a great headshot. Okay, that's really important. I repeat, do not let social media and your friends and supporters dictate, or don't allow their opinions to actually be the final whatever for why a shot is good or not. I think in some cases, yes. Sometimes it's obvious. Sometimes it's a great shot and it works all around and everyone likes it and it's fine. Just be cautious of how you actually get your feedback and your advice. That's really important. That's a really big step. Just like choosing the photographer and putting out the money, the investment for your headshot is a really important step. The selection process of that shot and what you're going to use can be even bigger, because you've really got to make sure you're picking the right stuff that's going to get you work. Now, to the photography standpoint, talking to more photographers now, it's the same thing with the work. Opinion versus qualified opinion. So if opinions are like a-holes, which is a famous saying, the internet is full of a-holes, right? When you think about it, because you've got hundreds, if not thousands of people rendering opinions on your work, whether it's a headshot, a portrait, whatever you shoot. Be mindful that you want to make sure that where you're getting your feedback from regarding your work, if you're looking for feedback, if you're, this is assuming that you're looking for feedback or you're looking to improve or you're trying to get to a certain level, make sure that the feedback you're getting from other photographers or from a community of people are qualified opinions. You can get 500 people, 1,000 people in a group that's got 3,000, 4,000 people in it who tell you, oh my God, it's the greatest thing I've ever seen. Oh, this is an incredible photo. This is absolutely amazing work. And it might not be. The reality of the situation is it might not be. You need to make sure that you're finding mentors. I always go back to the mentor thing. I did a blog about it, about finding the right mentors to really give you the real feedback that you need to get better. Same thing with the online opinions and online communities and groups and on your pages. You've really got to make sure you're connecting with people who are really, really, really qualified to let you know about a shot and to really take the time to guide you. Because if you're not getting that, you're kind of going to stay on this level of mediocrity and not really excel and go to the next level. It's really important. So I just wanted to say that to the photographers. This was more about the actors and selecting the shots. But also, even as a photographer, if you're a headshot photographer, make sure you're taking the time to really, really guide your actors through that process and selecting it while you're shooting, when you're showing them some of the images, explaining why it works as a headshot versus a pretty picture of the person. Take your time after to go through the shots. If that's the way you work, if that's your workflow, sit down with them, go through the shots. If not, when you send them the proofs or you put them in the online gallery, talk to them and explain to them why certain shots will work, why certain shots won't work. It's definitely a responsibility of the photographer to do that. It is our responsibility because they're paying us and they're putting their career in our hands. So we kind of owe them that. So just keep these things in mind. It's a Sunday and I'm here doing this. I'm about to go. I have 2 back-to-back clients today. I was working yesterday, but this was on my mind because I've been going through a lot of images and I've had some discussions with people about it and I wanted to talk about it. So I have spoken enough. I'm going to have another cup of coffee and I will catch you again. I'll be doing another video with Dave Mack pretty soon and we're going to be talking about whatever we talk about, stuff. So enjoy your Sunday and I will see you soon. Christian Webb.